See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, 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 I just wanna work you, baby. Yup, yup. See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, 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 I just wanna work you, baby. If you scared, you better run. You better run. You better run. You better run away, baby. The fuck put my spell on you. You better get away, darling. 'Cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, will end up alone. 'Cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby.
Sometimes life is a midlife crisis for you, and it goes on, like these two. The Mask, the most violent cartoon character that's ever been created. And Dante, the vigilante crime-fighting tenacious devil hunter who can actually do smooth criminal Michael Jackson moves. And that is just weird. Okay, Dante, you can stop clowning around. Dante, hey. Never mind. I'm Jedi Masonic, and it's my job to analyze their stats, weapons, and abilities to find out who will determine their legendary mission. Go check out Dante vs. Link to hear a preview about Dante. So this video is mainly going to be focusing on the mask. A long time ago, a scientist named Carl Jung described the persona as a kind of mask, something that can actually reveal a person's inside to the outside. If you don't know what I'm saying, basically who we are on the inside is different than who we are on the outside. But what if putting on a mask reveals your inside out? Okay, that just makes things confusing. You probably could have seen. Well, yeah, there's a bunch of masks out there, but let's talk about one mask in particular. The Mask. But the origins to this are shrouded in mystery. Some say it was used as an African tribal ritual. Others say it was created by Loki, the Norse god of mischief. Who knows? It wound up in the hands of Stanley Ipkiss, that's all we know. The sloppiest and dorkiest this side of Deadpool. You know. But still, curious as he is, he's somehow wandered up, finding the mask. Curious about him, Stanley donned the mask for himself, and was transformed from an everyman to a Superman. And now he's a green cartoon character that may get dubbed Big Head. Well, in the comics. But in the movie, you could just call him the Mask, because that's what he is. With his new power, Stanley will take on the mob, get the girl, and live happily ever after, right? That's what you guys are thinking? Well, no. I mean, this ain't your same old steamboat Willie shenanigans. Get ready for some old-fashioned hardcore violence. Well, you're kind of wondering the reason why I said that, because the mask itself is alive, and it desires nothing more than absolute carnage. But tapping into its full power, it could turn a random and boring nobody like Stanley into a random rampaging somebody. But metafictional scientists discover how the mask's powers can be used. They call this phenomenon Toon Force. If you don't know what I'm saying, let's hear this. Think of characters such as Bugs Bunny, Popeye, and Mickey Mouse, SpongeBob, and Michael Jordan. A cartoon character that can use Toon Force as a random situation, how it can be used for funny uses, that can actually be known for stretching their limbs, inflating them just like a balloon, and transforming into anything they want. With the mask using the laws of Toon Force, he can actually break the laws of physics. Yes, including breaking the fourth wall. Also, the mask can use the laws of Toon Force, can summon objects that he wants in midair, whether it be guns, assault rifles, M4 assault rifles, AK-47s, miniguns, and some other guns, to whoopee cushions, race cars, and imaginable suits. But the scariest thing about the mask is how it affects the world around him. By tapping into its real full power, it can actually use the laws of Toon Force all around the world. It even happens in the movie, and it also happens in the comics too. But in the true canon of the mask is toward the comics. He's knocked over a building that can weigh 1,000 tons. He survived massive explosions, being kicked by giants, and got kicked in the testicles or the balls so hard that he flew. Out of all the gore in those comics, that has to be the worst one yet. Also, the mask also fought Lobo, a guy who ate an entire city. Also, he actually kept up with Lobo. Lobo and the mask actually raced around the world more than several times and crashed at a gargantuan explosion. But, by calculating the length, height, and frame that it could be given, they must be traveling over 9 million meters per second, or in miles, 21 miles per hour. That's good times. And also, there's one thing I forgot to mention. You can't really hurt a tune. Well, not in a real way. Well, it's not like the mask has a healing factor. Well, it's more like you could just say, no to damage, which is really weird. Which is, like, honestly better than a healing factor. It's like 100 times greater than a healing factor, He doesn't even need a healing factor. All he just does is say, nope to damage. But there's only one way to literally stop the mask, and that's by removing, yes, the mask itself. But just because the mask is his weakness doesn't mean you can remove it. The only way it's about to come off is Stanley lets it come off. But with the power it gives, who want to? But just because of that doesn't mean you can take off the mask. Well, the mask in itself still has a personality inside of it, and like I said, it's alive, so it can't be reasoned with a trick if it's not careful. Like when Lobo did, put a guilt bomb on him when the mask murdered dozens of peoples, including Lobo say how the kids are orphans because he killed their daddies, which is honestly a sad thing that I would felt guilty about, But the mask is still the most violent cartoon character that we all know. Well, yeah, I know we covered a lot of vicious murders in the show, but I've never seen one who has as much fun with it as the mask. Alright, catch your votes in people because it's time to see who will determine their violent legendary mission. Yes, there's violence in the battle. What do you expect? Fight. Okay. Oh, I forgot to go over that horn. Also, I forgot to go over that horn that is actually strong enough to shatter everything, including cars, windows, humans, and yeah, basically just that. I forgot to go over that, so you guys are gonna hate me for not going over that in the first place. Now, the winner is the mask, and here's why. Well, Dante has defeated lots of demons. However, the mask is usually way much stronger. It's on a whole different level. I mean, Dante had impressive strength and speed, but the mask blew him out of the water. Like, who cares if Dante actually destroyed like a 10-ton tower, but the mask actually destroyed a 1,000-ton building. And comparing speed, he's 100 times faster too. There's literally no contest. Not to mention the size of the mask and Lobo's collision. It goes 322 teratons of TNT, which is 9 zeros. Trillions of times greater than Dante's durability. What truly mattered is how well they can heal themselves. And with that, Dante didn't stand a chance. Sure, Dante can heal himself, but like I said, the mask literally could just say no to damage whenever he wants. All you have to do is say nope to damage. Which, actually give Dante a hard time to kill him, because nope to damage. So, Dante was smart. He was smarter, but the mask was stronger, faster, and had a better way to say no to damage. Looks like the mask surely made the devil cry. Ha! The winner is the mask.
Kind of dress you're wearing tonight. If he's giving it to you just right, the way I did before. I overdosed. Should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Oh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't talk anymore. Way I did before. We don't talk anymore. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, 'cause everything you heard is true. You're falling apart, you'll end up alone, 'cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby.
Yeah, so we have Sonic vs. the Flash or Call vs. Shield Knight. You guys choose as the next time for the next battle.